Hey guys, Dragon Core 7 here, and welcome to a new card review. I reveal on the card's art, effect, and how many decks that this card would be perfect in. I hope you guys like the new intro. Other than the background that Ariana made for me, she also made me the new intro, and she did an amazing job at it. I really thank her for doing this for me, and I really appreciate her for all that she's done. So please guys go check her out. She is awesome to talk to, and she is a good friend. And judging by I reached 175 subs, which by the way, I thank all of you for subbing to me and letting me get this far, I promise to redo the Stardust Dragon card review. Like I said in the Ring Dragon Royale card review, the first time I did this review, it was complete utter shit. And by that, I really want to redo this review, all because that I know I could have done a better job. So with that chit chat out of the way, let's actually get started on this redo, shall we? Let's talk about its artwork. What can I say about Stardust Dragon's art? Other than the fact that it's beautifully well detailed. I mean, the scales on Stardust are very, very nicely detailed. His claws look really cool. The head shape is really unusual, which that's what makes it pretty cool in my opinion. I don't understand the things on his chest and shoulders. They kind of remind me of some of the alien monsters that came out like some time ago. But either way, it does still look cool on him, don't get me wrong. The background is beautifully well detailed as well. I mean, it's pretty much green sparkle star sparkles. And if you guys know me by now with the color green, I love green. So pretty much, I love the background and the dragon itself. The art is just simply amazing. It's one of the coolest looking dragons I have ever seen, and it, for some in particular reason, kind of has a similarity to Blue Eyes, but I think it's because of the white color around it, and I think that's why I think it's similar to Blue Eyes, but that could just be me. But overall, I love the artwork a lot on this card, I really do. It's very beautifully detailed, awesome looking dragon. So with art, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Okay, let's go straight towards its effect. It needs one tuner and one or more non-tuning monsters. You can tribute this card to negate the activation of a spell card, trap card, or effect monster's effect that destroys a card or cards on the field, and destroy that card. If you negate an effect this way, you can special summon this card from your graveyard during the end phase. I do have to say, the effect is very good. I mean, if your opponent activates a card that would destroy cards on the field, just pretty much send this thing to the graveyard and during the end phase, bring it back. It's really good. Like, if your opponent tries to destroy the entire field of monsters with Dark Hole, just pretty much negate it with Stardust Dragon and Stardust will just come back. I really do like this effect a lot, but here's my little nitpick about the effect. Once your opponent pretty much activates the destruction effect, and once you negate it with Stardust, that means he's now on the field. What if Stardust was the only monster you have on the field, and you pretty much negate your opponent's destruction effect? Then that means your field is wide open unless you have something to defend yourself, like Mirror Force and all that. And plus, once it's in the graveyard and once you try to special summon it back, your opponent can pretty much negate the special summon with cards such as DD Crow. It could totally backfire on your end if you don't be cautious. So overall, the effect is really good. It is a good effect, don't get me wrong, but it still kind of has its weak points as well. Well, pretty much every card has a weakness, and that weakness of Stardust Dragons can be annoying, but overall, good effect. For my score for its effect, it gets a 4.5 out of 5. Alright, let's go straight to deck choices. Judging by this is a synchro monster, and synchro monsters go straight to the extra deck, it doesn't quite matter in deck choices because this is a perfect synchro. This is a good synchro to add in any extra deck. All because when you synchro summon it, it doesn't need any special requirements. It just needs a tuner or one or more non-tuning monsters. In my opinion, I think this will go great for any extra deck. In deck choices in this card review, I'll be showing off cards that are related to Stardust Dragon, so here are the cards that are related to him. Stardust Shanlong is a level 1 monster that has a pretty unique ability. Once Stardust Dragon is synchro summoned onto the field, you can special summon this thing from the graveyard, and it cannot be destroyed once per turn and by battle, and that's pretty cool and pretty good. Another card that looks similar and pretty related to Stardust Dragon is Debris Dragon. I recently put this card in my deck and it works extremely well. And plus, to me, it kind of looks like a baby looking Stardust Dragon, but with bit of green on it and orange. And those two colors really work together, in my opinion. Majestic Star Dragon is kind of considered as one of Stardust's many forms. All you need is a Majestic Dragon, Stardust, and one non-tuning monster. Most likely means you need Majestic Dragon, Stardust, and most likely Stardust Xiaolong on the field to pretty much summon this thing. But judging by this thing, it's kinda hard to summon, but I know there are many ways to summon this thing, but I would not recommend it in my opinion, but that's just me. It looks cool, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would most likely recommend the next card that I'm about to mention, Shooting Star Dragon. Pretty much, I consider the ace of my deck. I love this card a lot. Pretty much all you need is Fulminant Synchron and Stardust Dragon. That's all you need. And judging by, you can pretty much summon up those things pretty quickly. And there are a bunch of decks out there that evolve summoning Fulminant Synchron and Stardust really quickly. I would recommend Shooting Star just for this occasion. And the next card that I'm about to mention is Shooting Quasar Dragon. I consider it to be the greatest synchro monster of all time. Not only for its attack points and its effect of how godly this monster looks. Even though it looks like a swordfish, fuck you. This thing is very devastating, and you don't even need Stardust Dragon to summon this thing. Just a Synchro Tuner monster, 2 or more non-tuning Synchro monsters. And pretty much, if this thing is removed from the field, just special summon a Shooting Star Dragon from the extra deck. What is there not to love? The next card I consider to be one of my original ace monsters back then, and that is Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. It's just pretty much, once you have Stardust on the field and you activate the trap card Assault Mode Activate, this pretty much sends Stardust to the graveyard and special summon from your deck Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. It's just pretty much Stardust Dragon within battle armor, and he looks freaking badass with it. I really do like the look of this card, and the difference between Stardust Dragon and Stardust Assault Mode is pretty much Stardust Assault Mode can negate any effect, anything, not just destruction, any card effect. And he's like 500 points stronger than the original Stardust Dragon. And once this thing is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, just special summon Stardust from your grave. It's really good because it can negate a lot of destruction effects. If it's destroyed, special summon Stardust back from the grave. It's really cool looking, an awesome effect, and I love this card a lot. A card that's related to Stardust Dragon is Stardust Phantom. And he looks pretty cool. I mean, he's pretty much a spellcaster that has the similarity looks of Stardust Dragon with its helmet, gloves, boots, and even the staff that it holds, it has some Stardust quality. And if you're gonna have a deck with Stardust Dragon in it, I would suggest putting in Starlight Road. If there's any card out there that would destroy 2 or more of your cards, activate Starlight Road, negate the destruction effect of that monster effect, spell card, or trap card that pretty much destroys 2 or more of your cards, negate it, and special summon Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. This is a really good card, but here's a little nitpick I have about it. If you special summon Stardust Dragon on the field this way, according to people and most likely Konami, you can only use his effect once. Once you use his effect, you can't special summon him from the graveyard. It may sound retarded, but this is Konami we're talking about, so what can we do? So when it comes to deck choices, I would really recommend this card being part of your Synchro deck, because he's a really good Synchro, level 8 monster, and doesn't need certain requirements to Synchro summon this thing, so I would highly recommend this card to any deck out there that involves Synchros. So when it comes to my deck choices, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Okay, time for the final results. Overall, I think Stardust Dragon is considered one of my favorite Synchro monsters out there besides Shooting Star Dragon. It has great art, a pretty decent effect despite the fact that it does have 1 or 2 weaknesses, and it could go great for any extra deck out there that involves Synchro monsters. So I really do like Stardust Dragon, and I'm really happy that Yusei uses him as his ace monster. And judging by Yusei is one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh characters of all time, I have to say, I salute you Yusei for playing this fucking awesome card. So when it comes to my overall score of Stardust Dragon, it gets a 5 out of 5. So there you have it guys, that is my redo card review on Stardust Dragon. So tell me what you guys think. Did you think that I did a better job in this card review, or not? Just give me your feedback in the comments down below and I'll accept it either way. And if you guys have any cards you want me to review for future episodes, just leave me your thoughts and ideas in the comments down below and I'll see what I can do for a future episode. So remember guys, comment, rate, subscribe, and until next time, later, Dragon Core 7, signing out.